Burberry's trademark check has, well, a checkered history. When Thomas Burberry first founded the brand nearly 170 years ago, he could never have known it would become a streetwear icon surrounded in controversy. Established as an outerwear brand, Burberry was first known for trench coats, made from a game-changing new fabric called gabardine. Its weatherproof qualities made it a staple of explorers and British military officers during the war, and even members of the royal family who chose it for outdoor pursuits. Soon though, the brand would become a world-famous fashion label, with the likes of Audrey Hepburn, Marlene Dietrich and Humphrey Bogart wearing the iconic coat on the silver screen.
We'll always have Paris.
The rise of the famous check was a little more gradual. First introduced as the lining for trench coats, the motif found the spotlight in 60s France, when a plucky sales assistant in Burberry's Paris store made the smart decision to welcome the visiting English ambassador by covering luggage and umbrellas in the check. The rest, as they say, is history, and Burberry's accessories were born. In honour of its Scottish roots and resemblance to tartan, the plaid was named Nova Check. In the 90s, Burberry checked into mainstream fashion culture, with the Cool Britannia set as obsessed with the check as the royal family. Liam Gallagher and then girlfriend Nicole Appleton were regularly photographed pushing their Burberry embalmed suitcases through the airport, and Posh Spice regularly stepped out in a Burberry bandana. Accessible price points meant you didn't need to be a celebrity to get in on the action, but popularity came at a cost. As fans of the brand grew in their numbers, Burberry became for some, well, a little too common. The fact that the distinctive check was easy to copy didn't help matters. Burberry was everywhere. With the check now as famous on the football terraces as it was at Fashion Week, Burberry found itself being known for all the wrong reasons. Reality TV stars and wags who famously loved their logos loud were obsessed with it. A paparazzi shot of the EastEnders actress Daniela Westbrook pushing a Burberry check buggy was held up as the epitome of bad taste. It was an image crisis symptomatic of Britain's problematic class structure. Times were tough for the brand. Profits dropped dramatically, while many department stores rid their sales force of Burberry altogether. When legendary creative director Christopher Bailey arrived at the brand, he sought to distance Burberry from its trademark check by ousting it from its collections and limiting checked products.
No one now thinks Burberry check anymore, do they?
It's such a part of our history and it's part of our heritage, and there's so many different facets to it, so that's just one of the facets.
Burberry was back with a bang and back in fashion. But then, in the late 2010s, the pendulum of desire began to swing again, as it so often does, and Burberry's Nova Check found itself back in favour too. This time, it was streetwear gold, in a way the fashion elite approved of. Bailey's swan song for the brand in 2018 was a love letter and a moment of recognition for the check and its contentious role in Burberry's history. Incoming designer Riccardo Tisci reinvigorated Burberry's appeal among a young demographic, winning Beyoncé and Rihanna as fans and celebrating the check whenever possible. Fast forward to today, and Chief Creative Officer Daniel Lee is riding the waves of the luxury downturn, but it seems understands a thing or two about Nova Check. Guests sat on Nova print blankets at his debut show, while his classic collections are loaded with interpretations of the motif. As luxury houses have gone back to their roots and ransacked their own archives, many brands are forced to reconcile with their elitist past, and Burberry is no different. As proof of its appeal, vintage Burberry check has never been more popular on resale sites, fueled by our collective 90s and Y2K nostalgia. It's ironic, perhaps hypocritical, that the thing once liable for the brand's downfall could be the very thing to put it back on top. Certainly, it wouldn't be the first time.